Hello, Uma. It's a huge pleasure for me to be talking to you today.
It's wonderful, Celine, and I'm so glad it's an honor to be invited and to join you today to discuss Montessori, my favorite topic, right?
Can you introduce yourself and tell us about your daily work?
Yes, my name is Uma Ramani, and I'm a AMI trainer at the 3 to 6 level. I was born and brought up in India, and that was in India that I did my training over 40 years ago. Yeah, and I trained with 2 men, and both these men had trained with Dr. Montessori. I trained one of them was Albert Max Houston. His mother was also Montessorian. He was a Dutchman, and he actually grew up in the Montessori household, basically. And then when Montessori left India, she sent Mr. Houston to India to be her personal representative because she realized there was so much work that still needed to be done in India. So he was designated as a personal representative in India, and he carried on her work in India. And joining him in that work was another young man, Mr. Swami. Mr. S.R. Swami trained with Montessori's in Kodaikanal.
Oh, great.
And then after training there, he had started his own school. And so when Mr. Houston came in the 50s to India, he joined him in continuing the work of training in India and expanding the work in India. So, they brought a wonderful gift that they gave me about the spirit of Montessori and the purpose of Montessori, and her vision is something that still informs me in my work today. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and for the last 25 years, I've lived in the United States. I currently train at the Montessori Institute of North Texas, that's based in Dallas. And I've been there since 2014 as a trainer. And initially offered a summer training there, the 3 summer training that most people are familiar with that format. But in 2019, I had been working since 2018 with a group of people at AMI Global to format a new kind of training that would make AMI training accessible to more people. So we had worked on designing a more blended format course so that people didn't have to be away from home for so long, or they could access the training while they were still working full time. And so in 2019, I piloted that course at Mint, and Mint was very supportive of starting something that was so different, and without their support, I could not have done it. And AMI, on behalf of AMI, it was an honor to be able to try something that was so different, to carefully design a course in a very different format that would still be as rigorous and it's a high fidelity course that focuses on the core of what AMI training is, so it was very carefully crafted. And so since 2019, I've been offering this blended format training in Dallas. And this is my 3rd course that I'll just be completing in July. And then we have a 4th course that will be starting in June. So this is something that I've been working, I do on a daily basis. So, being in a blended format training has made my days look different, because I work with people who are in the classroom full time. So we meet with them. I work with a group of people because, again, this is something what was very intentional, that a training like this needs to have a diverse group of people who are supporting this training, right? So they hear a unified voice, but we have a diverse group. So I have a co-trainer with me. Her name is Beth Ann Slater. So she's there, and we have 2 trainers in training who work with us, Caroline Clark and Helen Mohan Elias. And so we are really a very diverse group of people. And along with that, we have some veteran teachers in the community who support the work by reviewing the students' work and working with them and talking to them. So it's a group of people who offers this training. And so my work is coordinating and discussing and consulting with everybody to make sure the course is going smoothly, but also since a lot of her content is offered online, yes, we try to make sure that is honed and it is appropriate, because it's like the Montessori prepared environment of the classroom. We prepare the environment, we've got things done online, but then we always look at what are we seeing the students? What do we need to tweak? What activity would be better? What a different kind of presentation might be better. So we are constantly sharing our observations and tweaking that. And then while we meet with the students live twice a week, they are working online. So we have other times when we meet with students individually. And of course, this works around their time. So my day is quite often starts early and goes late because in the middle of the day, they are busy with their being in the classroom. But it's a very individualized program that really supports everybody in taking what they're learning straight to the classroom, because they're all working full time. It's not something that I train and then go to the classroom, right? So that's my day. In addition, in between, I'm filled with other work that I do for AMI Global. I'm part of the Scientific Pedagogy Committee. I work with the AMI ESF initiative. So those are other things, a few other things that fill up my day. Yeah.
Great. I love this idea of prepared environment to help teachers to work online. I try to deploy it in a lot of schools by I'm a big proponent of Montessori education, so I try to deploy it in a lot of schools by training traditional teachers. I'm not an AMI educator, but it doesn't prevent me from helping many teachers, and I'm doing it online. So I love this idea of prepared environment.
Yeah, that's our principles, right? We have to take our principles and implement it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, why did you choose to become a Montessori educator and a Montessori trainer?